What I've learned from 42 years of TRT experience. Hello, this is Coach Bill. For every goal, there's a right way and there's a wrong way. The right way is the least amount of time, the least amount of energy, and the maximum results. The wrong way is wasting time, wasting energy, and not getting results. Let's vet the coach. Currently, I'm 220 at 10% body fat. My blood pressure is 117 over 115. I'm sorry, 75 over 115. My blood work's done every 6 months. My A1C is 5.1. My resting glucose is 78. And my coordinated calcium CT scan is clear. I've got 42 years in the gym, 30,000 hours. So what have I learned? What have I learned from 42 years of TRT experience? First of all, let's talk about what are steroids. Anabolic steroids are synthetically produced variants of naturally occurring male hormone testosterone that are abused in an attempt to promote muscle growth, enhance athletic or other physical performance, and improve physical appearance. Testosterone, trenbolone, oxymetholone, nandrolone, stanozolol, oxandrolone are some of the anabolic steroids. Winstrol, Deca are other ones. They were developed in the late 1930s primarily to treat hypogonadism, a condition where the testes do not produce enough testosterone to promote growth, sexual functioning, and development. They were also used by the Nazis in World War II to create the ultimate soldier, one of strength, endurance, and more aggressive. They make you stronger, they make you leaner, and they give you more sex drive. I've used TRT for 42 years. Yes, I have. 42 years I've been doing TRT. I won the Teenage San Jose at 18 years old. I was not doing steroids. About 6 weeks out, the number 2 contestant was way behind me. I had way more muscularity. I was super strong. I was way ahead. Then the day before, we did a pose down, and he caught up to me because he's using steroids. I barely won as a natural bodybuilder. The next year, I decided to do the Mr. San Jose, and I didn't want to do good enough. So I decided to use steroids. At 20 years old, I won the overall Mr. San Jose, and then I went on to win Mr. California. It was a big decision for me, but I thought if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. The first time is a wild experience, especially if you're training for a bodybuilding show with hunger and fatigue. Roid rage is real. Okay. I was 20 years old. I was going to college full time. I was working. I'm starving. Every muscle's sore. I'm a miserable human being. Basically, in bodybuilding, the more miserable you are, the more you win. And my girlfriend picked me up. She was driving, and some guy cut her off. And I got out of the car at the stoplight, opened the passenger's door, and I hit him across the face and broke his glasses in his face. Now, that's a very childish thing. And today I would have been arrested and all bad things would have happened from it. But I realized at that moment that if I'm going to do steroids and I'm going to diet, I have to be rational and I can't let these emotions get the best of me. So I never, from that day forward, had an outburst like that. I controlled myself and I got myself out of situations. Like if you're dieting for a bodybuilding show, you don't go to a bar. Because a bar, every pencil neck in the world, every fat guy in the world gets a couple drinks in him, and he thinks, oh, it's okay for me to pick on the bodybuilder. Anyway, it was dramatic. I went from 185 pounds to 210. My bench went from 450 to 585. My squat went from 495 to 600. I heard steroids are bad for you. Now, I can't tell you how many times I heard this in my life. It's ignorance at its greatest level. Alcohol's bad for you. Alcohol's 10 times worse than steroids, cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, all combined. But it's socially acceptable. So anybody who drinks alcohol no longer has an opinion what's good or bad, because that's death in a bottle. Steroids used in moderation will actually help with your energy, lower body fat. Lower body fat is all good. Steroids get blamed for killing bodybuilders, yet the real cause is enlarged organs from insulin and growth hormones. And a lot of bodybuilders use diuretics right before a show, which is horrific. Diuretics impact the messaging from the brain to the heart. So a lot of bodybuilders die from that. But lately, there's been a real thing of enlarged organs. It does not come from steroids. It comes from growth hormone and insulin. And I'll compare my body fat, my blood pressure, my blood work to anyone. So if anybody wants to say I heard it's bad for you, let's look at the blood work, let's look at the blood pressure, and let's look at the body composition, and we'll go from there. I'm 61, I feel like I'm 20. Now the key to this, the right way is to get your blood work done every 6 months. I know my numbers. 99.9% of the people I talk about have no idea what their blood work is. They don't know what their A1C is. They don't know what their resting glucose. They're relying on doctors. And with all due respect, 4,000 people die a day from insulin resistance, cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. So should we really rely on doctors 100%? No, their input. We have to always be responsible for our own numbers. And a lot of it comes down to working out in the gym and your diet. Processed foods count for 65% of the diet these days. 80% of people are overweight. That is a problem. If you like my content, I'd really like you to like this video and subscribe. It allows me to build better and better content, which is my goal. My goal is to really create a difference with men that are 30 years and above and how to create that 1% club. I love this one. Oh, you must be on steroids. If I had $1 every time I heard that, I'd be a millionaire. That's a fat, lazy guy's rationalization why they look the way they do. If steroids was the answer, everybody'd win the Olympia. It's one aspect. You have diet, training. I've trained 30,000 hours in the gym, 30,000 hours. So it's not just steroids. It's one aspect of it. Then you have to have rest. You can't have drama. There's all these other things that go into muscle growth. But if I had $1 every time I had a hater or some lazy guy saying, oh, it must be the steroids, trying to minimize what they do, don't do, and what I do, I'd be rich. What I take. If the liver doesn't quiver and the bladder doesn't splatter, you up the dosage, it doesn't matter. Currently, I'm on 2 cc's, 500 milligrams a week of test and nandrolone. It's a very low dosage for me. I'm kind of letting my body clean up a little bit. Last summer, I was on 6 cc's and 1,500 milligrams a week. My test levels was maxed out at 3,000. It was very much over the top. My girlfriend's 50 years old. We were not in balance. It's not a good thing, okay? This summer, I'll go to about 1,000 milligrams a week. And like protein, as you age, you have to do more for your body to simulate. Same thing with steroids. So 1,000 milligrams of steroids at my age is like somebody else at 500 or 600. Now, Coach Bill, he's here to help you become the 1% club. What is the 1% club? It's the 1% of men out there that are ripped. And being ripped has more influence than Lamborghinis, mansions, yachts, anything. It trumps everything. I walked into the Monaco Yacht Club at the tank top, stood in front of billionaires. They all looked at me. Okay. And I'm saying humbly, I used to be fat. Here's a picture. It's horrible. And now I'm part of this 1% club. And I want to invite you men to be part of the 1% club. I offer a free 15-minute consultation. I guarantee results. I will give you hacks. I will help you get ripped. It's unbelievable how much people respect you instantly without saying a thing. My energy, sex drive, and body composition. I have the energy of a 20-year-old. I really do. It's unbelievable. My sex drive, I'm good for 2 to 3 times a week. At my age, 61, that's good. I'm very happy with that. My body composition, right now I'm at 10% body fat. This summer I'll bring it down to 7 or 8. I always ebb and flow with everything. I'm never rigid. The cause of low testosterone in males is high body fat, the lack of sleep, stress, and alcohol. So if you're not sleeping much and you're stressing, you're drinking, you're going to have low testosterone, and it's going to be hard for you to please your girlfriend on Friday night. I have an alcohol alternative, kava juice. Here's the link. It has all the benefits of alcohol, no calories, no inflammation, no hangovers, no death in a bottle. The current generation has about half the testosterone of past generations, half. That's why so many young men get their feelings hurt. They get offended, all these things. It's because their testosterone's half. It's crazy. just our lifetime. Would I do it all over again? Heck yes. Heck yes. Being part of the 1% club is amazing. And I did let myself go, and this is a way better way to go about it.
I highly suggest you try the fitness meals and the fitness bowls. It's a great way to get north of 30 grams of protein, low carbohydrates, and high fiber, shipped nationwide to your door. It can't get any easier. 40 years of experience that I've done, and I've made it simple. Think fast food, half the price of McDonald's, delivered to your door.
Oh, I'd be remiss to not talk about the keto burrito and the keto bowl and the keto cookie. Recap. What are steroids? They're a derivative of naturally produced testosterone in your body. I've done 42 years of TRT. Get your blood work done every 6 months. And the benefits that come from it are incredible. Again, if you like my content, you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. Please DM me with any questions. In fact, put it in the comments. It helps with content. I'm here. I'm transparent. I never tell you about theories. I only tell you about what I know and I personally learned. Have a great day.